Let's start with our first news. Dustin Poirier just dropped a big statement saying he would come out of retirement for one specific fight, and that name is Nate Diaz. In a recent conversation, Poirier made it clear that this matchup has always carried serious tension, with both fighters openly disliking each other. He admitted that the pressure and energy around that fight would have been absolutely crazy, and it's something he still wants to settle. Poirier didn't hold back either, saying he still wants to whip Nate, showing that the rivalry is far from over. When asked if Nate is the one opponent who could bring him back, Poirier confirmed it directly, saying he would return just for him because the opportunity slipped away before. He went on to explain what really happened behind the scenes. According to Poirier, the UFC originally planned for him to fight Nate at Madison Square Garden. However, things started falling apart due to issues with Nate's negotiations. The promotion still wanted Poirier on the card and began offering him different opponents to keep him active. But Poirier stood firm. He said if it wasn't Nate, he wasn't fighting anyone else. Instead, he chose to step away and focus on getting surgery for his hip. Despite this, he claims Nate later twisted the narrative, making it seem like Poirier was the one who pulled out of the fight. Poirier strongly denied that version of events, emphasizing that he never backed out. He simply refused to fight anyone else because Nate was the only fight he wanted. This lingering bad blood is exactly why the matchup still feels unfinished and why fans continue to talk about it. Move on to another news. Alex Pereira has sent a strong message ahead of the upcoming clash involving Khamzat, making his stance crystal clear. As the fight weekend approaches, Alex isn't staying quiet about where he stands, especially given his close relationship with Strickland. The tension between Alex and Khamzat has been building for a while now, and it's no secret that there is real dislike between the two fighters. Khamzat has called out Alex multiple times in the past, pushing for a fight and trying to generate momentum for a potential showdown. However, Alex has not taken those callouts lightly. Instead, he fired back, labeling Khamzat as a coward and accusing him of chasing attention rather than proving himself the right way inside the octagon. That response alone added even more heat to an already intense situation. Speaking recently, Alex made it clear that his focus right now is supporting Strickland in this crucial fight. He openly stated that he is rooting for him and wants to see him come out on top. According to Alex, the key for Strickland is to remain calm under pressure, avoid getting drawn into unnecessary exchanges, and stay fully aware of Khamzat's dangerous wrestling. He emphasized that Strickland needs to keep moving forward, apply constant pressure, and most importantly, be ready to defend the takedown attempts at all times. Alex also highlighted the importance of using the jab effectively, along with the front kick, to control distance and disrupt Khamzat's rhythm. These tools, in his view, could make a huge difference if executed correctly. Beyond the technical advice, Alex admitted that he is genuinely excited for this fight. There's a lot riding on it, not just for the fighters involved, but for the division as a whole. The rivalry, the emotions, and the high stakes all combine to create a moment that fans have been waiting to see unfold. With everything on the line, Alex made it clear that he is motivated and fully behind Strickland, hoping to see him secure a decisive victory and silence the growing hype around Khamzat. Move on to another news. Robert Whittaker has made a bold prediction about the upcoming fight, and he isn't holding anything back when it comes to Khamzat. Speaking from personal experience, Whittaker believes Khamzat is going to completely run over Strickland once they step into the octagon. This isn't just speculation either, it's coming from someone who has already felt that pressure firsthand. Back in October 2024, Whittaker faced Khamzat and suffered a first-round submission loss, and that experience clearly left a lasting impression. He explained that being inside the cage with Khamzat is completely different from watching him on the outside. According to Whittaker, once Khamzat gets his hands on you, the situation becomes extremely dangerous almost instantly. He pointed out one of Khamzat's most threatening weapons, his ability to shoot for takedowns from a surprising distance. Whittaker emphasized that Khamzat doesn't hesitate. He commits fully every single time he goes in. That level of aggression and confidence makes it incredibly hard to stop, even for elite fighters. And once the fight hits the ground, that's where things start to spiral. Whittaker made it clear that Khamzat will get you to the mat. It's not a matter of if, but when. The real problem begins after that moment, because Khamzat's control, pressure, and relentless attack make it very difficult to recover or escape. He doesn't just take you down, He overwhelms you with constant dominance. Another key factor Whitaker highlighted is Khamzat's cardio. He believes Khamzat has the gas tank to maintain that same explosive style for 5 rounds if necessary. That kind of endurance, combined with his aggression, creates a nightmare scenario for anyone standing across from him. In Whitaker's own words, if he had to make a definitive call, it would be Khamzat running through Strickland without hesitation. The confidence in his voice shows just how convinced he is after experiencing it himself. For Whitaker, this isn't hype, it's reality based on what he felt inside the cage. Move on to another news. Jiří Procházka is entering a new phase in his career, opening up about his mental and physical evolution as he prepares for what comes next. Following his recent knockout loss to Carlos Ulberg, Jiří has taken time to reflect, reset, and rebuild, showing a completely different level of focus and self-awareness. He recently shared training footage on his Instagram, giving fans a glimpse into the work he's putting in behind the scenes. But it wasn't just the visuals that stood out, it was the message he wrote alongside it. Jiří spoke about the importance of drills, power, technique, endurance, precision, breathing, and timing, all coming together to build a stronger foundation for his next chapter. For Jiří, this isn't just about fighting, it's about transformation. He described this moment as a chance to start again, not just as a fighter, but as a person. He compared this feeling to being a newborn, embracing a fresh beginning with a new mindset. He even connected this idea to his personal life, referencing his daughter and how that has influenced his perspective moving forward. He emphasized the importance of slowly understanding a new order in life, focusing on listening, learning, loving, expressing, and continuing to fight. These aren't just words for Jiří, they represent a deeper philosophy that he is trying to fully lock in before stepping back into competition. Jiří made it clear that everything he is doing right now is about preparing himself completely, both mentally and physically, so that when the time comes, he will be ready without hesitation. There's a sense of patience in his approach, but also a quiet intensity that suggests he's building something powerful beneath the surface. He also expressed gratitude for the journey so far, acknowledging every opportunity he has had to grow and experience life at its fullest. Instead of being held back by fear, Jiří is choosing to face it directly, using that energy as a tool for growth rather than something to avoid. With a renewed mindset and a deeper sense of purpose, Jiří is clearly not the same fighter he was before. This next chapter is about more than just wins and losses. It's about evolving into something stronger, both inside and outside the cage. Move on to another news. The situation around Michael Morales is starting to get really interesting as potential matchups continue to shift behind the scenes. At one point, the narrative suggested that Morales could be lined up for a major opportunity, but things quickly changed. Reports now indicate that the UFC is targeting a completely different fight for the summer, with plans moving toward Islam, facing Ian Gary instead. With that matchup possibly taking shape, Morales has not wasted any time looking for his next move. Instead of waiting around, he appears to have set his sights on a dangerous opponent, and that is Beralho. This comes right after Beralho delivered an impressive performance, securing a TKO victory over JDM in his most recent fight. That win clearly made noise, and Morales took notice. He even posted a photo of himself alongside Beralho on his Instagram story, a move that immediately caught attention and sparked speculation. It wasn't just a random post, it felt like a clear signal that he's interested in making this fight happen next. Stylistically, this is a matchup that brings a lot of intrigue. Morales has been building momentum with his own performances, showing confidence, precision, and composure inside the cage. On the other side, Beralho is coming off a statement win, carrying serious power and proving he can finish fights when the opportunity presents itself. This potential clash feels like a high-stakes showdown between two rising forces, both looking to push further up the division. The timing also makes sense, as both fighters are coming off strong moments and could use this kind of matchup to solidify their position. There's also an element of hype building around this, as fans begin to imagine how this fight could play out. The contrast in styles, the momentum on both sides, and the confidence each fighter brings only adds to the excitement. For Morales, this could be a chance to make a statement against a dangerous opponent. For Beralho, it's an opportunity to continue his surge and prove that his latest win was just the beginning. Everything about this potential fight points toward fireworks if it gets officially booked. Move on to another news. Joe Rogan has shared a very interesting take on the potential matchup between Strickland and Khamzat, and he believes this fight is far more competitive than many people think. Speaking on his podcast, Joe explained that Strickland actually has a real chance to win, and it's not just about skills, it's also about the mental game. According to Joe, one of Strickland's biggest weapons is his constant talking. He described it as emotional warfare, something that can slowly get inside an opponent's head over time. Joe compared this approach to what Conor once did so effectively, especially in his fight against Jose Aldo. In that situation, Conor managed to get Aldo so emotionally charged before the fight that it completely shifted the dynamic. By the time they stepped into the cage, Aldo, who was once feared and respected as a dominant champion, looked overwhelmed by emotion. Meanwhile, Conor stayed calm, relaxed, and in control. Joe sees similarities in how Strickland approaches his opponents, using words as a tool to create pressure long before the fight even begins. But Joe didn't just focus on the mental aspect. He made it clear that Strickland is one of the best fighters in the world, a legitimate world champion with serious credentials. He highlighted Strickland's ability to go the full 5 rounds without slowing down, pointing to his incredible cardio as a major advantage. Another key point Joe emphasized is Strickland's defense. He described him as one of the hardest fighters to hit cleanly in the sport, which could be a crucial factor against someone as aggressive as Khamzat. On top of that, Joe mentioned that Strickland has highly underrated grappling and some of the best takedown defense, something that could play a huge role in neutralizing Khamzat's biggest strength. Joe spoke with confidence, even stressing that from an expert perspective, Strickland has all the tools needed to make this a very difficult fight. While many are expecting Khamzat to dominate, Joe is clearly not convinced that it will be that simple. In his view, this fight is far more balanced than it appears on the surface, and Strickland's combination of mental pressure, durability, and skill gives him a legitimate path to victory. Move on to another news. Carlos Prates has opened up about his mindset inside the cage, revealing that he was not worried about JDM's power during their fight. According to Prates, he deliberately kept his hands low for large portions of the bout, showing a level of confidence that surprised many watching. He explained that early in the fight, he did feel a few punches land, but instead of reacting with caution or changing his approach, he quickly reassessed the situation. Prates said he realized it wasn't going to be a knockout threat for him, and that allowed him to stay calm and continue executing his game plan. In his own words, after absorbing those early shots, he began to feel more comfortable. He compared it to previous fights where he also starts cautiously with a higher guard, only to gradually loosen up once he understands the timing and power of his opponent. Once that adjustment happens, he feels free to impose his style. Prates emphasized that this is just how he fights naturally. He likes to drop his hands, create angles, and use fints to confuse his opponent. That unpredictability is a big part of his offense, and it forces opponents to constantly guess what's coming. Next, he even pointed out specific moments in the fight where he was feinting repeatedly, making JDM hesitate and react without committing. According to Prates, those reactions showed him that his opponent was unsure, constantly asking himself what was coming next. That's exactly the kind of control Prates tries to establish inside the cage. By mixing movement, feints, and relaxed defense, he creates openings while keeping himself composed under pressure. He admitted that despite getting hit, his confidence never dropped. Instead, he became more convinced that JDM did not possess the power to finish him that night. In his mind, once he felt those early exchanges, the fear of being knocked out completely disappeared. Prates made it clear that this mindset is part of his identity as a fighter. He thrives in moments where others might tighten up or become defensive. For him, staying loose and unpredictable is what allows him to perform at his best, even against dangerous opponents like JDM.